Hey there folks, it's Wedge2099 again. Last night I had hinted about doing a mod or a little improvisation on some of my figures. What I was thinking of came from looking at the Non-Effects website, how they have the Combiner Wars Stunticons wheels, new sets of wheels for I think either all 6 of them. Which is a great idea. They got rubber on them, help them roll better. The problem is they wanted $40 for the set, and you have to get them all. You don't have the option of just a couple, one set of 4, 2. You have to get like the entire groups. So that's their prerogative. It didn't sit well with me, so I decided to kind of kick one of my plans into action. So what I was thinking was, how about we take dead ends wheels, since they're all just pegged in now, which actually makes it easier for us to work on this. You take the wheels out and they just look like this. Easy peasy. Very simple. They roll on most surfaces. Hard surfaces like desks, that's wooden, they don't roll too well. They're just kind of scraping along because there's no real texture to them. It's just this flat surface. Well, I had the idea to pick up a can of Plasti Dip. You can get this from any of your local hardware stores. It doesn't even have to be this brand. It could be any of them. But it's the ones you just take a tool, you dip it in, allow it up to 4 hours to dry, and you have new rubber grips on your tools. And I just thought to myself, why couldn't I get to do this with the wheels? And if you can't tell, this is the first one I've done so far. Gotta focus that. And it is safe to touch, but I'm using the, let me move this down a little bit and make it easier. What I've done is taken his front wheels and I dipped them in there. And as you can tell, I put a piece of tape on the back to cover up that spindle here so that it doesn't actually get on the part that goes in the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the can, dip these in there, and give you guys a quick little how-to. Hopefully I'll be able to. Alright. Be right back. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is take the rear wheel. I did the front wheels. Take a piece of clear tape, just cover that up. Then just proceed to stuff the tape inside of the wheel. It doesn't really matter if it gets inside on the edges or whatnot, but you just don't want it getting on that spindle, because it's just gonna, you have to cut it away and whatnot. Take a little extra time to do all that so that it doesn't impede the wheel turning. That, just take tweezers and stuff it in. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to cover that. Okay. Now, one thing I'm going to recommend while doing this, please try and have well ventilated area, because this stuff does have a bit of I won't say an aroma, but it has a lot of fumes. So if you're sensitive to that, please do not try this. And that's just what it looks like on the inside. Sorry, it's just a whole bunch of black tar. It's really difficult to see it. I take my angled tweezers. Put it in. You dip till it comes just under the top of the wheel. And to me, it only requires one dip. Now, you might think it looks a little thicker at the bottom, and I have a solution for that. Just simply turn it upside down. Get this out of the way. Upside down. This is where another pair of tweezers comes in handy to help you dislodge it some. And you lay it down, painted side down. And I just screwed that up. But what's going to happen is the gravity will allow the sealant, the stuff, to flow downwards and even it out like it did here. Come on, I'm trying to get it to focus. See that? The detail of the wheel comes back through. This is like completely dry to the touch. I'm almost ready to put this back on. I'm probably going to give it another 15 to 20 minutes just in case. But it looks phenomenal, and I'm hoping it really works. Be back soon. Alright, we're back. I think I've waited about 2 hours. So what I'm going to do is take the tape out of the front wheels. It appears some of the stuff was still up in there, still wet. That's why I have a paper towel down to help pick up any of this extra goop. You can see there's a little bit glistening in there from the moisture. It's on the inside of the track here some. Pull out the other one, which was really coated. And that's That's rubber. That's not the tape I put on there. That's this rubber stuff. Great thing about this little experiment is I'm using my tweezers in case I get any of this stuff on there. It just helps with the grip on the tweezers if any of it does come off on them, so it's not a big deal to me. And this stuff is easy to remove if need be. Probably use an X-Acto knife or something to trim what I need. I was going to put them on the car now, but we'll see about that, depending on the level of moisture still in there. And we'll look at the rear wheels that I did a little bit ago. There they are. You can see the detail is starting to show up. Start to really adhere, and putting them upside down. Well, it does kind of, you know, glue it to the paper. It's not too big of a deal. Like I said, just needs a little bit of trimming maybe. See? You gonna focus or what? There we go. You can hardly see any of it. It's really starting to adhere to the wheel, where it looked before like it was just solid goo all over the place. It is really starting to dry and adhere to the plastic. So I'm gonna give this another hour and a half or so under the lamp instead of 4 hours total. We'll see how it looks. Check back with you soon. Alright, and we're back to finish up the review. I have finished with the wheels for dead end here, and I think they turned out very well. Everything has come, sorry, focus that. Now see, you can see in the wheel where some of the imperfections are, like that little splotch there. It's where the material soaked through and got inside on the rim. It's not that big of a deal. You can see some of the slight imperfections here on the rim. But all in all, it's a very good way of doing things. It adds a little bit of texture. This is just one dip. You can dip multiple times. You see kind of right there, there's a bit of bubble or part of a sprue that was actually on the tire that it went over. So using that plastic coat really does work well. It doesn't impede the rolling of the tires any. These didn't roll all that special to begin with, but you know, I did. It's a little more of the, I'm trying to get this focused again. There's a few more imperfections on the side of this wheel here, but it's not too bad, hardly noticeable. I did the front wheels too. And that plastic coat really adheres, so it doesn't even look like it's on there any longer. So I did him, and I didn't show it, but I actually did, what's her name? I did strong arms wheels too. And you can tell, there's hardly no evidence that it's on, besides some of the extra, because I think this one and this one touched her a little bit, so it kind of messed up the track a little bit, but it's not really that bad. And yeah, I have Sideswipe's Fall of Cybertron's weapon on her top, so it's a little cooler. And you can press down on it and try and push it back and forth, and those plastic wheels would really just slide back around. These give it a lot more texture and a little more feel for when it rolls on the ground. As you can check out Breakdown, which I did not coat his wheels. It's just straight plastic. See that, hear that, as it goes back and forth. You can slide him again the wrong way across his wheel is much easier than, say, hers, which the wheels really want to grip. So, if you want to try it with your figures, I recommend it. Give it a shot. Like I said in the beginning, you can pick them up at Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Home Depot. And it's just that stuff you use to put plastic, a rubber coat on your tools that don't have any type of grip on them to really help solidify it and make it easier to hold. Well, time to piece this all together and see how well it turns out. Hopefully it's not going to be too long, but if y'all like it, give it a thumbs up. Leave any comments or questions in the comments below or on the Red Alert page. I appreciate it. I've got a review coming up for First Aid, maybe this week. I managed to pick him up. I picked him up and I returned with off-road. I really wasn't feeling off-road. I didn't like it too much. First Aid was really the version of the mold that I wanted the most. So we'll see him soon. And I have an item coming from Shapeways this week, hopefully Monday, since this finishing off this recording on Sunday the 16th. Hopefully I'm getting that tomorrow. Shipping says it will be here tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll get it painted up and put on, and I will show it off later next week or next weekend. So this is Wedge299, Red Alert Facebook page admin, and Megatron of Art page admin, signing off. Hope to see you around sometime.